Hello and welcome to your week 4 lab. For those of you in the Tuesday lab, again, I apologize that I'm unable to be on Zoom synchronously with all of you. In place of that, I've recorded this video to go over some brief instructions before you actually complete your lab. So last week you focused on creating an outline of your blog, and you also got an opportunity to review some other blogs that have been written. So now for this week, you're going to focus on actually writing your own blog on your chosen topic. By the end of this week, you should be able to describe the major components of a blog, develop an effective headline and introduction for your blog campaign post, and employ proper third-party source citation practices using hyperlinks and develop an effective blog post. So this week you are going to be working on the blog post lab assignment. If you complete this pretty quickly and your group maybe has extra time, I would recommend spending this week creating your resources page for your website. It should include resources from your blog post that you have in there, as well as any other important resources on your topic that you think might be really important for that reader to have. There should be at least 10 in total, but you also don't want to overwhelm your audience with too many. So, think about what would be an appropriate number. Before you start this assignment, please take a look at these resources that I have provided for you in terms of, things that might be helpful. You've got the CDC Health Communications Playbook that has some information on writing for websites. There's a step-by-step guide to creating a blog on WordPress if you need some assistance with WordPress. And then I've also got a screenshot of a resources page from a previous quarter that a group did. So if you want to take a look at an example resources page, you have the opportunity to do so there. Okay, so I am currently on our blog post assignments. I've got some instructions for you here. Your blog post is really a way to help, besides communicate information on a topic, it's also a way to help establish your credibility to your audience. So you're going to write and actually publish a blog post using the outline that you created last week. This is, this opportunity for you to, work with your group and talk about and write about something that you're interested in. Your writing should reflect the expectation that your post is going to be read by individuals from your target audience and not just by me. So, you want to make sure that you're maybe tailoring your the text and the information you put in there to make sure that your target audience can understand it. Another really big thing is it needs to follow all of those web practices, those effective web practices that we talked about in the lecture part of the course this week. This is your opportunity and your chance to apply those effective web practices. So all of the things we talked about, they need to be reflected in your blog post in order to get full credit for your blog post. So please keep all of those things in mind and apply them in your blog post. Some other things that I want to note is that for citations, if you have any statistics or claims you make, you need to, cite your sources. You can cite your sources using hyperlinks. So please do not use, footnotes at the bottom of the page. I want you to be using hyperlinks. If you include footnotes, or you have an actual URL in your site, you're going to lose points. It needs to be a hyperlink in the actual text for the text that's on your blog. Some of your sources should be peer-reviewed journal articles. So you can find those through the database, through the Cal Poly library. You might have to log in to get some of those, but you should have, peer-reviewed sources for any of the statistics or anything else that you cite. If it's not a peer-reviewed source, you won't get full credit for the assignment. As we talked about, when you're writing for the web, you want things to be really clean. You want them to be concise. We don't want to busy up our blog post page with a bunch of things that are unnecessary. So, photos, videos, infographics, any kind of visual, it shouldn't be included unless you have some sort of, kind of simple graphic that is a visual aid that helps communicate a key piece of information that you need to get to your target audience. So this assignment should be published to your WordPress blog page. So give your blog a catchy title that's descriptive of your problem that you're going to be talking about. And remember that your target audience is looking for information, and so this title is going to be important in engaging them and getting them to read your blog. Again, make sure you're following all those best practices for writing for the web. You can, take a look at the CDC Health Communications Playbook, as well as a reminder of some of those things. You should submit this assignment as a URL. You're actually going to copy and paste that URL into the submission so I can actually go to your site and see your blog. So make sure everything is posted so I can see it. If you do have any questions that come up, please feel free to send me an email. I will have office hours on Wednesday, like I normally do. I will not have them on Monday, but I will have them on Wednesday. You're welcome to come by and ask any questions. You can also swing by if someone from your group is able to attend the Thursday lab. You are also welcome to swing by and ask questions during the Thursday lab. This lab assignment is going to be due on Friday, so you have kind of the whole work week to get this lab together and submit it by the end of day on Friday.